Ohiopyle State Park. December 3, Saturday. 2:19, just after lunch. We are on the Great Allegheny Passage bike trail. We rented a fine bike from the Laurel Highlands place in Ohiopyle, and we've come up to the bench here. This is the bench, and this is one of the rapids on the Allegheny River, flowing right to left. And I don't know what rapids that is. Someday we'll find out. We're at the bench, and the bench is between mile 74, and we're heading that direction. And we're going to go to the Jonathan Run point where it goes into the river and go down and hike to it. First, we're going to bike there. My logic was, you can always rent a bike for 10 so times and 10 or so trips, find out what kind of bike you need for your own use, and then buy your own bike. In the meantime, you can always rent a bike. And there's like 3 or 4 bike rental places in Ohiopyle. And then you can bike to the Jonathan Run and go hiking at Jonathan Run. Then bike back to Ohiopyle, and you save all the muss and fuss of keeping your own bicycle at home. This Rails to Trails Great Allegheny Passage bike trail we're on is one of the best in western Pennsylvania. When I used to live in Pittsburgh, I used to bike all the way from Pittsburgh to here. I did it in segments. The last segment is you park in Connellsville, and then you bike to Ohiopyle. Then you have to bike back to Connellsville unless you have multiple cars set up. Or do like I did today and drive to Ohiopyle and rent your bicycle from there. That's the Allegheny River down there. I remember years ago when I was biking on the Great Allegheny Passage, very path that I'm biking on, I always wondered what it was like to hike down along the river shore. Now that I'm retired, that's what I like to do. Pick a spot and hike down to the river. So we're gonna use the Jonathan Run natural incline from Jonathan Run down to the Allegheny River down there, and walk on down. Looks like the bike trip from Ohiopyle to the Jonathan Run down area. It's going to be about 10 to 15 minutes. 20 minutes maybe at most. I guess if you're a rock climber, there's a couple of famous rock climbing sections coming up here as the river is going that way, and we're driving that way. We're driving downriver, up on the Gap Trail above the Allegheny River. There's a couple of rock climbing areas down here. I looked them up. I forget what they're called. Schoolhouse Rock or something like that. This must be another rapids. Generally they have rapids or fishing down here. That's probably one of the famous rapids along the Youghiogheny River. This is definitely the time to come in the winter or early December like this, late November. Not a single person on the trail. Get it all to yourself. The river was about just 2.9 something, just under 3 feet at the Youghiogheny River height at Ohiopyle this morning when I started. Okay, mile 75 right here. And we're going in the direction where the miles increase. The bench we just sat at was between mile 74 and mile 75. Here we go. Another rapids. And there's probably several ways to hike down to the rapids from here. We'll do that in some later year. I think we're coming up to Jonathan Run in the next couple hundred yards here. Another bench area, and obviously a way to walk up and down right here real easy. Or even get vehicles up and down, I guess, emergency vehicles and so forth. Oh, here's where all the benches are. Okay, so that trail, Jonathan Run, we've arrived. Down below here is Jonathan Run. And we're going to walk down to the river. I think on both sides of Jonathan Run here are trails for hiking. A little bit further, I think, is Sugar Run. But today we're gonna do Jonathan Run, which is right down there. And we'll go back here and then walk on down.